shy. Yeah, you can stand up, Sean. Face the music.
There's a dear little isle in the Western Ocean, an island so lovely, so pretty and grand, and its name fills its sons and its daughters with sadness when it's heard on the shores of some far distant land. It's Ireland, God bless her, the birthplace of heroes, the home of the poet, the warrior and sage. Though the bard and the chieftain no longer may cheer her, they live forever on history's land. Oh, I love every blade of green grass on your mountain, every leaf on your tree, every rock on your strand. And I love the green shamrock, the pure crystal fountain. I love you, Macushla, my own native land. Oh, you once were a proud and a glorious nation. Your scholars and scribes were renowned far and wide, until darkness came over, brought sad transformation. Your children starved and your homes were destroyed. They turned out your children, destroyed their green bowers, tried to exterminate them long years ago. But the Irish they found were like green leafy flowers. The more you would pluck them, the faster they grow. Oh, I love every blade of green grass on your mountain, every leaf on your tree, every rock on your strand. And I love the green fern, green leafy heathers. I love you forever, my own native land.
There you go, just one, just the one. All right, any other singers down there? Anybody we forgot about? Anybody like to sing?
My young love said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't like you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me, these words she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She stepped away from me and she moved through the fair, and fondly I watched her move here and move there, and she started homeward with one star awake. As the swan in the evening moves over the lake, the people were saying no two were nor wed, but one had a sorrow that never was said. And I smiled as she passed me with her goods and her gear, and that was the last that I saw of my dear. Last night she came to me, my true love came in, and she came in so easy, her feet made no din. As she laid her hands on me, these words she did say. It will not be long, love, till our wedding day. No, it won't be long, love, till our wedding day.
There you go, good day, lovely rendition. Alright, any other singers?
Yes, with a solemn face and an air sedate, when up to the top of the golden stair, a man and a woman ascended there. They applied for admission, they came and stood in front of St. Peter's so great and good, in hopes of the city of peace to win, and to see if St. Peter would let them in. The woman was tall and lank and thin, with a scraggy beard upon her chin. The man was short and pale and stout, and his features were built so he rounded out, but his face was pleasant, and all the while he wore a kind and pleasant smile. Music in the distance echoes awoke. The man stood still. It was the woman who spoke. "O thou great keeper of these heavenly gates," says she, "we both come hither beseeching thee, to let us enter this heavenly land and play on our harps in the angels' band. For I, St. Peter, there is no doubt, there's no reason for heaven to bar me out. I've been to meetings 3 times a week, and I almost always get up to speak. I've told the sinners of the day that they'll repent their evil way. I've told my neighbours, I've told them all about Adam and Eve and the primal fall. I've shown them what they must do if they're to pass in with the chosen few. I've spoke to them loud and I've spoke to them long, for my lungs are good and my heart is strong. And so, St. Peter, it's plain to see that these heavenly gates should indeed be opened unto me. But my old man, I regret to say, hasn't always followed the narrow way. He smokes, he curses, his faults he's got, and I don't know if he'll get in or not. He'd never pray with an earnest vin, join in revival or singing a hymn, and I'd have to leave him in sorrow there, while I with the righteous united in prayer. He'd eat what the pantry chanced to afford, while I in my purity prayed to the good Lord. And if Foxty was all he got, well now it's a chance whether he married or not. But oh, St. Peter, I love him so. To the pleasures of heaven, please let him go. I've been enough of a saint, I've been. Won't that atone? Can't you let him in? In my grim gospel I know 'tis so, that the unrepentant must go below. But is there any way that you can see that he can enter who's so dear to me? It's a narrow gospel by which I pray, and the righteous will try and find a way of fooling and coaxing and bribing you, so that their relations can amble through. But say, St. Peter, my sight is dim, but I don't like the way your whiskers are trimmed. They're cut too narrow and outward short. I'd like them much better cut straight across, but we must be going our crowns to win. So open, St. Peter, please, good sir, and let us pass in. But St. Peter stood still and stroked his staff, and in spite of his office, well now, he had to laugh. And then he spoke with a glint in his eye. "Who's tending these gates, woman, you or I?" And then he rose to a stature tall, and he pressed a button up on that there wall. He spoke to an imp with a face all aglow. "Accompany this so-and-so down below." Oh, the man stood still as if turned to stone, stood silent and gloomy there all alone. Now hang on. Hang on, Daddy, hang on, your words are different than mine. The man stood still as if turned to stone, stood silent and gloomy there all alone. Hang on now, sorry. And then a lifelong habit, he followed the woman. I don't know where he went to, but anyway, he turned to follow the woman anyway. St. Peter, standing in silence there, observed that the crown of his head was bare, and turning him back to the gentleman said, "Friend, how many years have you been wed?" 30 years, came a heavy sigh, and he stopped for a minute and wondered why. St. Peter stood still, his head bent down, and he thought for a minute and scratched his crown. Then seemingly a different thought to take, and slowly and half to himself he spake. 30 years with that woman there. It's not a bit wonder you're turning to despair. 30 years with a tongue so sharp. Say, Angel Gabriel, give that man a harp. Give him a harp of golden strings. Pass in, good friend, for the angel sings. See if the finest food he feeds. He's had about all the hell he needs. It doesn't seem the right thing to do, to roast you on earth and hereafter too. God, give him a seat there, all alone. One of the cushion, right up near the throne. Call of the angels to play of their best, and see that he enjoys the food and the rest. So they gave him a harp with golden strings, a glittering sword, and a lovely bright new white fluffy pair of wings. And he said as he entered the light of day, well, this beats Box Day any day. And so the scriptures have come to pass, that the last shall be first, and the first shall be last.
And I knew right then I'd be taking over on a salted prom with the golden girl. We were halfway there when the rain came down. Just be up to a flat down on a fence up day. And I asked you, friend, what a fella could do, 'cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. So I took her hand and I gave her a whirl, and I